Hey, Facebook Live, it's Sherri Somers. How we doing? How we doing, everyone? Go ahead and come on in right now. Go ahead and come on in. Let me go ahead and let some people know that I am on, as I always do. Always do. How are we doing today? What is it? Thursday, right? Happy Thursday to everyone. Happy Thursday to you. Come on in. Happy Thursday to you all. Go ahead and tell me where you are joining me from. Happy Thursday, everyone. Hey, Isabel. Hey, Angel. How you doing? Angel, you already know what time it is. Yes. Come on and tell everyone where you are from. Because, y'all, I have been, like, in a revival state lately. I don't know what's going on. So I've been in a revival state. Hey, Mike, how are you doing? Are you still at your conference, or are you back home, or what? What's going on? Thank you guys for joining me. Come on in. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from. Where you at? Where you tuning in from? Come on in. We got a lot to talk about, and I want to make it fast. I want everybody to come on in right now. Today we're going to talk about you are hereby summoned to serve your gift. You are hereby summoned to serve your gift. Oh, you're back, Mike. Awesome. That's awesome. Welcome back. Awesome. So I wanted to come on here really fast, guys, and said you're summoned to serve your gift. So I was talking to someone earlier, and for about a year, this has like literally been on my mind. And every time I think that I'm wrong in thinking this way, then something proved that I'm right in thinking this way. So I wanted to share it with you because I think this is going to bless somebody. So before I begin, let's go ahead and share this broadcast, because I think somebody's going to be blessed by this right now. Go ahead and drop in here where you're from and go ahead and share the link, because somebody's going to really need to hear this right now. And the topic today, you are hereby summoned to serve your gift. You are hereby summoned to serve your gift. And the reason why, hey, Dolores, how you doing? The reason why I wanted to say this, guys, I have to, let me say this. Let me see the best way I can get it out so you guys can understand what I'm trying to say. The best way I can get it out so you can understand what I'm trying to say. Many are called, but few are chosen, right? Many are called, but few are chosen. So the question is, how do you know if you are chosen to do a particular thing? How do you know that that is the particular thing that you are chosen to do? You're hereby summoned to serve your gift. How do you know what that gift is? How do you know what that gift is for? How do you know? Sometimes you don't know. Sometimes you don't know. And it's okay for you not to know. Your goal is not to know. Your goal is to work the process. Your goal is to work the process. Now, Sherri, what do you mean? I'm glad you asked. Thanks for asking. I'm telling you, go ahead and share this live. It's going to be good. I tell y'all that. Siobhan, how you doing? Go ahead and share this live. Let me explain something to you guys. The more you expand your territory, your eyes get open to new things. The more you expand your territory, your eyes get open to new things. The more you invest in a skill, the more you invest in learning, the more you invest in doing something, and the more you do it consistently, you now master that thing. And when you master that thing, you now can do it to where somebody's paying you, or you're getting knowledge of it, and so on, right? So what we tend to try to do, we try to learn something and says, I want to do that. I want to do that, and I want to do that. But the only reason we're saying I want to do that is because we're not open to all the choices that is available to us. Example, when I first said I wanted to be in real estate, I learned how to wholesale because wholesale was easy and quick, and I wanted to learn how to wholesale. So I took on wholesale, and I said, I'm not going to do anything else but wholesale because that's all the knowledge I had in real estate. That's all I know. It was a quick money. You control the contract, and you turn over to someone else, and you get the difference. That was quick. It was done. But as I invested in learning more about real estate investment and different things that you can lease option a home, and you can do different things, and you can do wraps, and you can do different type of things. Now I don't want to wholesale anymore. Now I want to what? I want to do lease options, right? These are real estate terms, but you can understand what I'm trying to say. So the more I expand my territory is that now I got options, and now not just that, my payment for my option is bigger because I took the time to really, really invest in learning. So some of you guys, or some of us, are making decisions based on where we are at our skill level. So only reason we're making the decision and the decisions that we are making in our gifts is because we have not invested further to learn what's more out there. I've always been an innovator to know what's more out there. Like, what's behind the room? I want to know where the gift's at. Where is it at? So you're hereby summoned to serve a gift, but the gift you are serving is at the capacity of where you are. So if you are someone who don't want to go beyond where you are, then you're not going to invest in time, resources into your gift. So one of the things that education does, it expand our ability to be able to have choices, right? So I have always want to see what's bigger, what's better, what's out there. So what I want you to understand right now, guys, I tell you to share it because it's going to be good. Tag somebody that need to hear this. What I want you to understand that you will not go any further than right here if you don't keep going in to so you can expand your gift. As I learn more about real estate, as I learn more, and as I implement the strategy, my growth inside of that skill or inside of that level kept going. Whatever resource I needed to keep going was there. Whatever thing I needed was there. As I expand my knowledge, my territory also get expanded as well. Understand what I'm saying? My territory get expanded as well. So I'm no longer tied to just saying I want to do real wholesale, because now that I educated myself, now that I learned different skills, now I learned different strategy, different asset, now I am more valuable. And my value has now increased, which means my price point has also increased. The price point of how much money I can make, the price point of where I stand on things, the price point of where I work with. But that could not happen until I made a decision to invest in me so I can expand my territory. So we make decisions based on our four walls of where we stay in. I tell you, it's going to be good. So the reason why we make certain decisions, the reason why we stay where we are, the reason why we don't move, all our decision making is based on what we have seen or what we've been through. So for you to see more, for you to be great, for you to understand more, you have to expand your territory. Now, how do you do that? I was just talking to a friend a few minutes ago, and I said, the only thing you have on this planet is to make choices. Make yes or no. Don't think any further beyond that. Yes or no. Your decision making is always going to be how much is invested, right? How much investment if I may say yes to something, or how much invested if I say no to something. So based on what you're saying yes to and based on what you're saying no to, right? That decision is up to you based on your return on your investment. The part where they say, well, how much time you have, how much resource you have, how much money you have, that has nothing to do with you. Because when you say yes to anything, it happens so many times. It's happening now for me. Once you make a decision to say yes, to serve your gift to the masses, once you say yes to learn something new, once you say yes, those three things, your time, your resource, and your money, get expanded to align with whatever that gift you wanted to serve or whatever that thing you wanted to learn. So if you understand in life that your only thing you have to do is to say yes or no to things that are presented to you, And when you make your decision on that, based on how will it impact the world? How will it change the community? You are hereby summoned to serve your gift. But the gift you're serving is only at the capacity of what you put yourself into to learn. Go ahead and give me a 1 if you understand what I'm trying to say. Good morning, Shakiva. I see you. Camry, I see you. Heather, how you doing? Thank you for joining me. Because I believe that people are stuck, or people are operating under a level that they should have more money in the bank account. They should have more time. They should have more resources. But because they're on this capacity of a lack capacity, they're staying where they are. They're limiting themselves. Thank you, Angel said we have to stop limiting God's ability. Exactly. And I understand that, because this past 2 days, I have made some decisions that I would never made before. And all I did was say yes, based on what I think, and I know that the result is going to be. I didn't have the time, I didn't have the money, I didn't have the resources to make those decisions, and I did. And when it's time for me to activate, or when it's time for me to implement those decisions, the time showed up, the money showed up, and the resources showed up. And if I had allowed the bank account, if I allow my time, if I allow my lack of resources to allow me to say no to it, I would not have what I'm getting ready to do right now. So I have to come in here and share this with you guys, because we say no to so many things, but yet we want us to say yes, people to say yes to us. I never, ever invest in anything that I don't want people to invest in me. Because once you're doing something, once you invest, and invest may be invest in time, invest may be volunteering, invest in maybe, you don't have to be investing money. It could be invest in resources. Once you say yes, you're going to invest in something. Y'all, let me tell you something. I don't know how, I don't know why, I don't know. But everything you need, the answer you need to that thing, always show up. Always show up. Only time it doesn't show up is because you're looking at, I shouldn't have this, I shouldn't have that. You got to get to the point, if you want change, if you're unhappy, you got to get to the point where you're so radical that you're saying yes, because where you are right now has to change. And listen, your fear got to be, your why got to be stronger than your fear. I don't know who I'm talking to right now, but your why has to be stronger than your fear. And this has nothing to do with business. This is just personal stuff. Your why have to be stronger than your fear, because if you don't move, your current situation ain't gonna move, and your capacity of where you are ain't gonna move, and your world won't expand, right? So one of the things I learned, that when I say yes to going in the thing, or going somewhere, flying somewhere, or doing something, or hosting something, or starting an event, when I say yes to that, the resource, the time, and everything that I say I did not have, oh, y'all, I'm about to tear up right now, always show up. And I just want my sisters, my brother, man, woman, to understand that. It's like when people go to church and says, when I get right, I'm going to go to church. I'm going to go to God when I get right. That don't even make sense. Does that make sense? You don't go to God when you're right. You go to God when you're messed up. It's the same when you're making decisions. You're making decisions to create a new life, new economy, new thing for your family. So of course you go when you're not ready. You go. You don't go when you're ready. You'll never be ready. It's the same way in your business. It's the same way in your personal life. You do a radical thing when you want changes. I'm going to do it. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't know how it's going to happen. I remember sitting at a table in Rich Dad Academy learning real estate and saying, I'm going to put $10,000 down to learn this coaching program. $10,000. I was still working at the time, didn't know how I was going to do it. But every time I made that decision, it has changed the trajectory of my life today. When I made that one decision, and that was $10,000. You try to tell somebody $10,000, right? But my point I'm trying to make with y'all is some of us are stuck. Because when you sit there, right? When you sit there and someone say give you $10 or give up $20, and you won't give up the 20, you won't know what's behind the door. It's like deal or no deal. You don't know what's behind the door. And how do you know what's behind the door? Is because your faith that you implemented will make sure that it happened. So whatever is behind the door is going to be more than what you're letting go. God can't work if you ain't going to let go. You can't. The program works. The things works. It's you who don't implement, then you say it doesn't work. But how is he going to show up for you if you can't even show up for yourself? I was telling a girlfriend today, I said, listen to me. She said there's a breakthrough getting ready to happen. I said, listen, yes, there's a breakthrough going to happen. There's a whole bunch of angels around you. Say, what you want me to do? I'm ready. What do you want me to do? Tell me where you need me to go. You have been faithful. You've been wonderful. You got angels in your head just waiting on direction. God is not a God of confusion. So either you're in or you out. So when you make a decision, even if it's an out decision, he's going to line up with you with that out. And if it's an in decision where you're going to do something that is for your family or for something that's going to help you, all the resource, all the time, everything you need is going to line up. And I cannot preach this enough, y'all. I've lived it. I've preached. I told my Unlimited Success Academy ladies last night, join it if you're not in it. You need to get in it. I told them last night, I said, I made a decision to do something. And I told the key people, they came back and said they can't do it. 2 days later, they came back saying, yes, we will do it. I want to do it for free. And the decision was $1,100 decision. And they said they'll do it for free. All I did was just put my word out there and let it alone. Let God do what he do, because that's not my problem. But some of y'all around here always looking at price. Y'all make it price a theme to stop y'all from being a blessing. But yet you have products and you have services. So if you're stopping the price to being a theme of what you want in your life, that means that customer is not going to come to you because you already put blockage up. Your energy is already blocked. You already shut down. You can't get what you don't receive. You cannot give what you don't get. You have to give out first in anything in your life. Do not make the decisions of no time, lack of time, because that's not your business. Now you're going in God's way. And listen, y'all, it's not systems, it's not strategy, it's not tool, but somebody need to hear this today. Somebody need to hear this today. And just said, bump fear, I'm doing it scared. Anyway, jump, leap, let's go. Thank you, Angel. But somebody need to hear this today because some of y'all should have been way far ahead than where you are today. But you get a little problem on your journey and you say, oh, this is not for me. You get a little problem and you said, this is not for me. Something come in the way, you said, this is not for me. And you put in a back burner. Hey, Felicia, how you doing, gorgeous? Every time something comes up in your life, it's not the decision to say to give up. It's saying, let me test your faith. Let me test your faith. That's all it is how strong is this a game, or is this something you just want to play, or are you serious about this? I remember when I tell people I want to be a revenue attraction coach, they're like, you crazy? When I'm like, okay, I'm leaving, I'm full-time, my whole family thought I was crazy. And I'm doing it and I enjoy what I do. I enjoy what I help influencers impact their life, attract revenue to your business. I enjoy what I do. And I'm here talking to you, let you know that you could be so far ahead if we stop allowing what we don't have currently to affect us making a decision. Now, I don't know what you're going on. I don't know what's going on, what decision you have to make, but somebody needed to hear this. Because I've tested over and over. I make so much crazy decision. I drive my family nuts. And at the end of the day, guess what? Majority, 95% of them work out in my favor. And there's no difference between me or anybody else. And the ones that didn't work out, I just didn't implement all the way. So if you're going through this today, if you're going through trying to think, should I do this? Should I not? Why am I not doing this? Why is this not working out? Make the decision. I can't make it for you, but make a decision. But if you're using time, resource, and money for why you're not making a decision, that's not what you use, because finding time to do something, finding resources to do something, and finding money to do something is not your issue. That's on God. That's on God. That's him provide that. Your choice is just what decision you're going to make. Got nothing to do with that. And when you make that decision and you're putting yourself saying, I demand that this is going to happen. And when you demand that, you told the energy, you told the world, you told everyone around you, you told the universe that this is what I want. So guess what? When you say what you want, when you speak it out loud, when you scream it, when you write it, when you affirm it, it has to manifest, because everything that's around you has to attract itself to you. That's why I always talk about attraction. Because you align. Now, here's the thing. What happened? You say you want to do this tomorrow, and then you change your mind. Then you say you want to do that tomorrow, then you change your mind. So your angels are confused. You're confusing them, and God is not a God of confusion. Because, and then you get a little bump along the way, and then you want to stop. Now, I didn't even want to go over 15 minutes, but I guess I need to go over. But tag somebody, y'all. Tag it, share it. Come on, tag it, share it. Somebody need to hear this today. Heather said, I needed this today. I'm in tears. Oh, Heather, you're not the only one, honey. I am. And my tears are not my tears is about how people are so in darkness that they don't understand that they have the ability to command everything. Heather, go ahead and put a 1 in here, Heather. I'm about to get serious with y'all right now. So Heather and I was working together. And when Heather left, I cried like a baby. When Heather and I left, she left before me because I was so angry because I wanted to leave when she left. I just want to make sure you're listening. When she left, I wanted to leave too. And you know that, Heather. And I cried, but I was so afraid because I didn't know I was going to pay my bills. I wanted to be home with my son, and I didn't know. I cried like a child, like a baby when Heather left, because I was like, man, that chick got more faith than I have. I was like, what's wrong with me? Why I can't do what she did? You know, and it got nothing to do with a job. It got nothing to do with that. It just, I knew I was called to do more. I knew I was unhappy, and I knew I was called to do more. And I was crying like a baby because I wanted to leave with Heather. And 3, 4, 5 months, I still stayed. Y'all, because I was questioning about how I'm gonna pay my bills, how is God gonna bless me, how I'm gonna pay my insurance. I was still staying. And you know what happened to me? My son passed out of school. Can't breathe, unconscious. You try somebody calling you, telling you that your son is not responding. What hospital to send him to? I waited that long. Till he affect home before I made a decision. You got two. Listen to my teeth. Sorry, y'all. I made it that long. Y'all, before I made my decision. And I didn't make my decision. God had to make it for me because I was that stubborn, because I didn't trust him. And I went into fasting, and I said, God, you let me know if I should stay or should I go. And I said, God, and then he came back and said, I take care of the trees, I take care of the world, I would take care of you. So when Heather left, I still stayed a couple of months because I didn't trust myself. I didn't believe. I didn't have faith. The same faith I would go to church every Sunday and talk about that I didn't have it. And then when Dylan passed out unresponsive and had an asthma attack at school, that's when I said, no more. God, I make a decision now. It's up to you to do what you do. And I'm here in front of you, still standing as a full-time revenue attraction coach, still standing. And I'm telling you this story because there's somebody needed to hear this. Somebody. I could have went ahead and I was like, man, this girl has some faith. She has some balls. And to this day, I'm still standing. So if you allow, one thing I can never, anyone know me, any of my friends know, my family, I cannot stand a wishy-washy person. Because when you make a decision, everything else that decision is lacking will come forth if you believe. Everything else that you around you is when you're, and let me tell you, and when you make a decision, stay on it, stick with it. Because when you keep going back and forth, now you're really confusing people. Now you're really confusing your angels. Now you're really confusing your energy. Now you're really, then you're not taking serious anymore. So your angel like, let me go to somebody else because you don't know what you want to do. Right? And when the first issue comes up, you're ready to quit. Go ahead and tag somebody that need to hear this. When anything you do, you don't just do it because it's bad or it's in the bad times. There's seasons of life. There's seasons when things are bad. There's seasons when things are good. They're just seasons. So you say this too shall pass. And here, let me tell you something. When you just be still in those rough seasons, whatever that season is that need to make you go through and keep going again, I'm telling you, you cried out. You say, okay, I'm ready now. I'm ready now. I'm back. What? I'm back, you know? So here's the thing. when we have, shout out to the ladies who are in Raising Your Brand and Business Count. We got 2 spots left, Raising Your Brand and Business Count, 2 spots left with that. But that's not what I'm here to talk to you about. I'm here to talk to you about this. Well, it kind of is. You are making decisions based on the level of your capacity and your education. I'm not talking about education like college. I'm talking about education of what you know about the world. I'm talking about what you know about the world. That's where you're making your decisions from. And because you're making your decisions from that level, it's hard for you to make it because you have not positioned yourself to get in places where you can expand and learn more. So the more you learn, the more your eye open, right? The more you learn, you know, okay, this is why they do what they do, or this is why this person do what they do, or this is why. But if you stay in that box and you never invested in learning more about that thing so you can have more decision, you're always going to be stuck. And if you're looking at, oh, they always want your money, or this is a scam, or that is, you're stuck. You know, the innovators is, listen, I put up a Raising Your Brand and Business Count to teach you how to automate your back office when you're on your 9 to 5. And it was 5 people. Now I'm down to 2, because when people are ready, you ain't got to trick them. You ain't got to say nothing. They're ready. And when they're ready, they may not even know where the money's coming from, but they're ready. And you know why they're doing it? Because I did it for somebody else. I paid to somebody else to expand my territory. Now people are doing the same thing to me. So all I'm getting is what I have already planted, a seed I already planted. And my duty and my job is to help influencers to be able to do the same thing. So, but this cannot happen to you because you have not put an investment and a price yet on your future. You have not put an investment, a price yet on your family. You are still fear. I understand it's not your fault. We got it. We were born into this fear. We were born into this economy. We were born into lack. We were born into that. I got it. But we don't have to stay that way. I'm trying to end this, y'all, but it just keep going. I'm telling you. So when you get to the point where you can make decisions and don't let lack, fear, or money or resources stop you from making a decision, you're making a decision because you know the return on your investment is going to be great because you're going to make it great. It's not the coach, it's not the leader, you're going to make it great. And when you get that, when you tag somebody, I'm trying to tell you, I keep tagging somebody. When you get that, because it took me a long time to understand. So I'm paying this. So I told somebody I was the other day, a life coach, I said, one day you're going to be on the phone talking to me. And as a life coach, you're going to have to make this decision. Somebody's going to have to make the decision talking to you. So, and it's based on what energy you're doing now for yourself. Because when people tell me no, they're not telling me no. You know, when you offer something or when you do something to help somebody, they're not saying no to you. They're saying, no, I'm okay. You remember when the virus come up and they say, I'll take the risk? Or if you're going to get a ticket to fly to somewhere and they say you want the insurance to be covered for that ticket. And you say, no, I'll take the risk. That's the same thing they're doing. They're saying no to and keep their risk. Keep their diabetes and keep their weight and keep their bad credit and keep their domestic issues and keep their issues that they're going through and keep their no money business that they got and keep that. They're not saying no to the person who's offering up something to them. They're saying no to staying where they are. They're accepting the risk. Just like when my virus thing come up on my thing. Are you going to accept the risk? Or are you going to pay for this virus protection? It's the same way. So don't look at no's like no's is any fault. If you're a business person, listen to me, just give me 2 minutes. Give me 2 minutes. But on the other hand, when you say no you're saying no to making your child better. You're saying no to making your family better. You're saying no, listen to me. When there's an opportunity that's offered to me, I don't care where I got to go, what I got to do. I bring my chair to the table if they don't want me there. I climb through a window and sit at the table because I'm going to get it. Now, I don't know who this is for. Lana said, pray for me, girl. You're speaking to me today. So much talent here. I need to decide on what I want to do or just trusting God and lead me the right way. But let me tell you something. I'm glad you said it, Shalonda, but trust in God, but God wants you to make a decision and say, okay, trust in me, but you didn't I'm waiting on you to tell me what you want me to do for you. Great position, but we command. Listen to me in the morning time. Lord, I thank you, Jesus, for waking me up. You will tell your angels to get up there and release my money. You give your instructions. You give what you first have to make that choice. That's the only thing God give us will of, choice. Once we make that choice and once we tell what we want to do, it's time. As long as that decision is not to hurt somebody, or, I ain't got to go in that. And Katrina says, don't allow lack, fear, money, resources to stop you from moving to the next level. Exactly. I wanted to share that with you because, like Shalonda said, there's so much talent that you're sitting on, but you want to invest into learning how to move that talent forward. Because once you open up an area of moving your talent forward, once you open up in learning more, when I learned how to do wholesaling or how to wholesale a house, I'm like, that was like the most wholesalers, is $5,000. When you learn how to do lease option and all these other real estate stuff, the lease on the lease option is $5,000. So the minute I learned how to learn that, I was trying to stay wholesaling because that's all I know, that I was comfortable. But until I paid the money to learn how to do the next thing and learn how to do the next thing and learn, it's the same thing. You leave high school, you go to college, you pay money in college to learn how to do the next thing. When you got out of college, you still sometimes take some courses that you pay to learn more. Because why you go to college for? To be expansion, to be an asset. The more you learn, you become an asset to that thing. The more you learn about your product, the more you learn about your business, the more you learn about yourself, you be an asset to that thing. But you're sitting on this thing and won't move because you don't have the time, you don't have the money. Let me tell you something. My son go to bed at 8 o'clock. Our whole house is designed to meet the needs. Because when he want to say he want to go to Legoland, or when he want to say he want to go to Vegas, he know. So our whole life is designed. When you're ready to make a decision about something that's going to better your family, your whole life will design itself to fit your needs so you can reap your reward. Go ahead and give me a 1 if you understand what I'm saying. Shakiva says, so true. I decided to step out on faith and vendor at the mall and don't have a clue who will help me. We're looking for my baby. Yes, Shakiva, you got it. Yes. Yes, Shakiva, you got it. You have it. When you step, I guarantee you, and come back and let us know what happened, because I would love to know. The unknown is not about you. It's not about you. That's not your realm. You don't step on God's toes. That is not about you. The unknown is not about you. I'm about to end this because we're about 30 minutes. It's way too long. The unknown is not about you. The unknown is about God. That's him. It's like when people tell me, again, when we go to church, people say, when I get myself right, I'm going to come to God. Excuse me? You're in God in the process. We mess up. We fall short. We come back. We ain't perfect. We ain't perfect. That's not it. You get in the fire and then you figure it out as you go. There has not been, hey, Amanda, I know I'm supposed to be working on my content. I know. Amanda, shout out to Amanda. She's my web designer. But let me tell you something. I know. When you put that clay together and you're molding the clay, what is when the clay starts spinning? But if there's no clay on there, there's no spinning, there's no shape that's happening. You got to get the clay first and put it on there, and then guess what? The masterpiece start happening. It's rough, it's ugly, like, what are you trying to make? You got to go press it, you got to go through this, and then when it's done, it's like, wow, it didn't look like that when you were starting out. So I wanted to bless somebody right now, because I know there's some of y'all making some tough decisions and don't know what you should do. But I'm telling you, the outcome of your decision is up to you. So you don't have to worry about what's going to happen, because once the decision is made and you're not saying no to decision because of your lack of time or resources, everything else has to line up with you. That's how the Lord works. Hey, Melissa, thank you for tuning in. You are hereby summoned to serve your gift. Because let me tell you something. If you don't serve your gift, somebody's going to serve it for you. And don't be mad at him or her when they're living their best life because they decided to make a choice better for themselves. Just say, I see you, and pray for them and keep going. When someone decided to make this, you didn't want to do it, so somebody else take advantage of it. And when somebody else take advantage of it and they're enjoying the fruit of their labor, you can stop the haterade because they made that decision. Tag somebody. I tell you, it was going to be good. They made a decision. So you have no one to blame, because you know what? It's when God said, I'm going to do something for you, and he sent everybody to help you. And then you said, no, I'm waiting on God. So you have no one to blame when you see the person. You ever say you're going to do something and you're going to have a workshop and somebody's come up with your workshop or your event or something, and you're like, I should have done that. I was going to write that book and I didn't write that book, and you're doing all this stuff. And this person put out 5 books before you put out one, right? I was going to start a business. That person put out a business with almost the same name as you're going to put it out. And you say you're going to do it and you didn't do it. You have no one to do, nothing to do but congratulate them. Because everybody's given a gift. Some choose to use it, some don't. So what will your choice be today? I'm going to leave you with that. What will your choice be today? And here's the part where I'm going to leave you with. You're investing in skills or investing in learning and workshop, seminar. Every single person that have took a class with me, they have never left the same. Their capacity has expanded. Their knowledge have expanded. One of my clients right now, she came in and she's doing certain things. And now because I had to send her out to do a skill in her business, the skill I sent her to do in her business, now she's taking on another skill and going to get paid for that skill. That's not what she came in for, but in the process of learning, in the process of coaching, she learned a skill that she didn't even know she had. And now she's using that same skill to help other people. That's what happened, guys, when you invest in yourself. You don't know how amazing you can be until you put yourself in there to be amazing. God bless you. Have a great day. Join our Raising Brand and Business account. See if you have a 9-to-5, you want to automate your business, that's where you need to be. So your business can perform whether you're there or not. But my whole conversation was about make a choice. Stick with it. Do not allow lack, resource, or time to stop you from making a decision, because that is not your behavior. That's God. Let God worry about that. I love y'all. God bless.